What are subtle red flags at a job interview that say working here would suck? 1. I brought up a company's awful Glassdoor reviews and they got so mad they ended the interview. I guess I dodged that bullet. 2. When you ask, what do you like about working here, and the interviewer talks about the location of the job, it's a great place to live, instead of the actual job. 3. I didn't know it at the time, but you'll be wearing many hats was a sign that they were going to give me the work of 4 positions and the wage of 1. I didn't last a year there before I left, and now I won't even finish reading job ads that include that line. 4. I once turned down a job offer because they mentioned that the previous person in the position had quit after a few months, and most of the people I interviewed with seemed stressed out. 5. They said, we only want the best of the best. Me, how much are you paying? Minimum wage. 6. You are required to wear clothing that has the company logo. You must purchase it yourself. From the company. 7. You'll get full-time hours but won't be full-time. AKA, we'll do everything in our power to avoid giving you benefits even though we have you working more than 40 hours in a week. 8. I came in for a job interview at 7:30 p.m. The entire staff was still in the office. Should have known right then that 9 to 5 was not ever going to happen. One day I worked until 2:30 a.m. to finish up a big project, and my boss said to me I could come in an hour later the next morning. Gee, thanks bro, with my public transport/travel time that gives me a solid 2 hours of sleep instead of just the 1. 9. We don't like clock watchers here. We expect everyone to be committed. Expecting more work for no extra pay. Getting mad at you when you leave at 5 even though your stated work hours end at 5. 10. Everyone looks tired, also you don't see anyone in your department before working in it other than the boss. Made this mistake a few times. 11. When you are signing all the forms they give you and you are taking your time to read over every document, so that you can fully understand what you are getting into, and people come in and start telling you that you don't need to read and tell you to just sign here. 12. Had an online interview with a company a few years ago. Was interviewed by the regional manager, seemed like a normal interview. Halfway through, he let slip that there were 6 other people from his company watching and listening in, but the software was set up so I could not see or hear them. And he actually got a kick out of telling me this. 13. When they tell you, what I'm paying you stays between you and me, don't discuss pay with anyone else, usually means they are trying to pay you less than your coworkers who do the same job and don't want you to know. 14. The overtime isn't mandatory, but most folks stick around after hours most days. Spoiler, the overtime is mandatory.